Good evening to you all friends. Now in this video, since we have discussed a lot of things about the Python programming language syntax, we have discussed the for loop list. Now again, I felt like going a little slower and introduce the idea of the variables in Python. Now you know that the Python offers a different range of variables. Those who have studied other programming languages like C, C++ or the Java, then there was a train like first you have to declare, this is called the declarative statements, where you have to declare exactly what kind of values you're going to store. Like suppose if you are just going to store an integer value, then you have to declare it as int x, and if it is a float then float, and character then the char, and the boolean and the bool. Here the Python offers more flexibility in this term. You don't have to declare anything, only just to declare like x, and just like x is a variable. And we know that in the programming languages and programming terminologies, the variables are the named memory locations. Means when you say x, means the x is a particular memory location of certain size, and it has been named as x. When you are talking about x, actually you are, through this name x, you are accessing a particular set of memory variables. It can vary from bits and bytes, and 2 bytes, 4 byte, etc., but actually it is a named memory set. So if I say x equal to 10, so it's x is a variable, and here if I write print type x, so now just see the output. I have put one integer value into this, and my x has become integers. Just check it out. This one is called x has become integer. If I put the value of x as 10.01, then the very same x now has become float. So what you have declared a memory location, and when you store the type of the variable which you store into that, that actually determines the data type. Like suppose for here I enter Gangadhar Pandey, this is my name, and then here you see this will become string str. If I store some logical values like true or false, t always capital, mind you. So here this becomes a boolean type. And if I say that the x is a kind of like this one, like set, then I write 1 2 3 4, then what it becomes. So see, it says it x is a set. If I just say that I store just like a tuple, then it becomes a tuple. If I say I simply store this element into this automatically becomes a list. So then now you see, this is the fun, and this is the beautiful part of the programming. Those like what you have just got, just for example, you have got a bag. If you put the integer kind of values in the bag, the bag become the integer type of the variable. So this is important. Now if I another type of variable I have, and then which I can call this a complex number, like the 6 plus 7j. So 6 plus 7j, if I store, then automatically this will become complex. So this is how it works. And this way you can also carry like the typecast also from one variable to another variable, depending on the possibilities offered by this. So if you see properly now, that we have different kind of variables which are str. This is called the text type. So text type is str. Then we have the numeric type, which are like int, float, complex, where the numerical numbers are stored. Complex. plex float. And if you have the sequence type sequence sequence type, then you have list, tuple, range. If you have the mapping mapping type, where the information stored in the key value pair, then we have dictionary, dict. If you have the set type, then the information goes like set type. Then we have the set, frozen set, set, frozen set. Then if you have the boolean type, then you can store bool. And if you have the binary types, you can store bytes, byte array, like that. So this is the interesting part of this variable. So here I just try to explain you something about how this variables works and how this data is stored. Now in the next part we are going operations, like the what kind of operations we are going to perform on these variables. So we have arithmetic operators. You all know that operators are the symbols, just like the plus, minus, multiply, like into. Then you have division, then you have modular division, then you have exponentiation, then you have floor division, like that. So where you can perform the arithmetic operators on them. Now I just try to give some example on that. Like if I say x is int input, enter a value, and this is the first value will be entered. I simply copy paste, and this is my second value. So I enter a value, enter another value, both are integer type. Now I just take z and then x plus y, print z. So I just say print z. So in this, if you run the application, it will ask to enter first value I enter is 12, second value is entered as 18, and then the sum total is 30. This is as simple like it, just like a beautiful scripting language. Things are not very complicated, just the very simple way you can create the variables. Now I say like minus subtraction, because that is a symbol for the operation subtraction. I entered 200 and then 100, result is 100. Then if I make it modular division, because division everyone knows, multiplication everyone knows, I go for modular division. Modular division means it's just like the operation which when you divide one number by another number, it gives you just the remainder. Suppose if you are dividing a number 120 by 11, so it goes 9 times 11 nines 1100, 10s are 110, then still 10 is the remainder, so it just prints the remainder. Means if you divide 120 by 11, so it will go 10 times, so 110, and 120 minus 10 as the remainder, that will be stored in the value is called z. And this is why now another function is called the floor division, or exponentiation is just like the power. It goes by double x values. Like suppose I enter 2 as the base and then the 5 or 6 as the power, so become 2 to the power 6, that's 64. and then I have the floor division. Suppose I enter the number called, this is floor division, I enter a number, say 100, and then I enter a number called 11, so it gives you 9, like 11 nines are 99, 9 point something, and it gives the floor value as this. It is just kind of quotient, it looks like. I just check it again. If I divide number 12 and I take another number as 5, then it's 5 to the 10 to 12, so it's just giving you the quotient. It's called as the floor variable. The 2 point something is giving you the floor, like it's just a little more than 2. Just if the number is exactly divisible, then just give the proper quotient. It's just like, suppose I give enter the number 15 and then I divide by 5, then it gives you 3. But if I have, suppose the number is again I run it, make it 16 and divided by 5, it will be something 3 point something, but your answer will be 3. I hope you understood. It's just like floor of, just suppose if you are living on the third floor, so the third floors, you are just little up the third floor, you are sitting there, but you will be called, floor function will be called as 3, and the ceiling function will be just higher function than that. That will come into the another functions, and where you have to import that math operation, math module. Now it's not in the form of operators. So we have also another kind of operations called as assignment operator. Assignment operator means you just assign some values, like the equal to, this is equal to is not equality of operations. It is just like the x by y is just calculated first and then the result is stored into this. I think with the next video we'll go for that, because speaking unnecessarily very long. Thank you very much. Stay tuned in part second 2 of this video, where we'll be discussing more about the other kind of operators and the beauty of the Python. Thank you very much. Subscribe to our channel, stay tuned, and have a nice time. Thank you, friends.